What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prizepicks WNBA player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 5 picks to win someone over here on Prizepicks. As always, if you haven't checked out Prizepicks, would highly recommend you check them out. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players, points, assists, rebounds, points, rebounds, assists, fantasy score, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go to lock that in, get that free money offer. Start winning some money over here on Prizepicks with these picks today, guys. And we went 4-1 last time. Unfortunately, Brittany Sykes really let us down. She had about 9 turnovers, which made her fall short of her fantasy score. If she didn't have that many turnovers, she still almost would have got there. So it was a little bit unfortunate, but we went 4-1. That is fantastic. If you mix and match those plays, you should have been very profitable. If you didn't mix and match those plays, you went for the big 5-man flex, you still would have doubled your money. So looking to keep it going in this one. If you enjoy the content, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. And if you are going to be very serious, I do offer premium content packages. That's linked below in the description. Patreon.com/KJK_DFS. I also have all of the KJK DFS links and information you need to know on the news ticker down below at the bottom of the screen. So as that scrolls across throughout the video, you can check that out. I got a merch store, premium content, bunch of stuff if you're interested. And if not, no worries. I'll be here with the free content every single day. So, as much as possible. Let's talk about it. And we'll go game by game as we always do. And the first game I want to talk about is going to be the Dallas Wings taking on the Chicago Sky tonight. This game comes in with a 168 over-under. Kicks off at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a 7.5-point spread in favor of the Chicago Sky. And there will be no Courtney Vandersloot on the Chicago Sky side. There will be no Sabally on the Dallas Wing side. And I want to kick things off on the Chicago Sky side because with there being no Courtney Vandersloot, I do think that's pretty relevant. There's going to be some usage bumps. In particular, though, there's 2 players I really like. We're going to kick things off with Miss Candace Parker. And I do like her fantasy score over here on Prizepicks. She's been a bit of a letdown the last few times out, but not going to let the recency bias talk me off her because 4 of her last 5 she's failed, but the upside's tremendous. The minutes are there. She also has great metrics in all categories, and she gets a fantastic matchup here. Looking at how she ranks against this opposing team, or how the opposing team ranks against her, they are 9th best in the league against her position, so allowing a lot of points to be given up to the forward position and to Candace Parker. And I think this is a game where she goes out there and has a big game. Like I said, recently hasn't been the best, but if you look at her fantasy points per minute on the entire season, putting up 34 fantasy points per game. She plays lots of minutes. She contributes in all categories. She does have great block equity as well, which is always something that I'm looking at. You see the last few times out, she's been a little bit underwhelming. 25, 28, 26 minutes. Hasn't really had it getting it going. But, like I said, this is a perfect matchup to do so. I've got her projected to hit the over. Her ceiling's massive. She's got a 40-plus ceiling. She could easily put up 50. She did so against Atlanta recently on the 12th. So I am not going to let the recency bias get me off of her. She will contribute in all categories. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 1 steal in this one. 13, 8, 2, 1 block. I mean, it's pretty simple. Instead of scoring 10 points, she goes out there and scores, 15, 18, up 20. She scored 31 in this one. She's going to get you there. And I think this is a great matchup to do so. So, Candace Parker, I really do like her in this matchup. Going to be going with the over fantasy score for all the reasons that we talked about. She's going to play lots of minutes. She contributes in all categories. She's going to get lots of blocks and steals. That was kind of the theme of the last ticket. That's a theme of a lot of my tickets. I really do like fantasy score in the WNBA. I think it's the most predictable. I have a model that ties all these things in, the matchup, what they do in all these categories. And Candace Parker, once again, does have a lot of block upside. She's a 3% block metric in my advanced metric sheet. So it's a lot of blocks. You get 3 points for every one of those blocks. Those are huge, so I talk about it a lot. But pick number 1, I like the over 31.5 fantasy score here for Candace Parker. And pick number 2, we're going to be going to her teammate. Same story, Emma Miesemann, no Vandersloot. She's really stepped up as of late. Once again, the Wings really struggle against the forward and center positions. Down low, they've been giving up a ton of points. And Miesemann has been back to early season form of Emma Miesemann. She was someone I really liked targeting early on in the year. She started to kind of dip down. Now she appears to be back. She's put up 44 and 38 respectively in the last 2 games. One of which was against this same Dallas team where she put up 44. Kind of expecting the same, man. Like I said, they just breed points down low. Candace Parker and Emma Miesemann, especially with no Vandersloot. I think they get more shot opportunities. Obviously, you can make an argument for the guards to get more, but with these 2 being down low, getting lots of blocks, steals, and all the other categories and being in good matchups, just makes a lot of sense for me to go to them. Really like them. I have them both projected very well. And once again, Miesemann, lots of blocks and steals as well. 2.3% steal metric, 2.6% block metric, so lots of blocks and steals. And then just to give you guys a visual, FanDuel has the same exact scoring as Prizepicks, guys, so that's why I pull up the FanDuel scoring. She's got 30 points per game on the season. When you look at how she's getting the job done as of late, you can see the minutes have been way up. The production's been way up. 33 and 31 minutes respectively. She put up 16, 10, 6, 1 steal last time out, 23, 8, 7, 1 block the time before. And to be honest with you, she didn't even do that great in the block and steal metric compared to some of the games she did before, where she didn't quite contribute as much in the other categories. She had 1 block and 3 steals in this game, 1 block, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 1 block. Once again, her minutes were kind of down. Her production was kind of down, though. The minutes have ramped back up, and the production's ramped back up. I think we're kind of getting back to early season form, Emma, which we were seeing her put up, 37, 40, 51, 46, 36, 37 when she was on that massive run. So Emma Meeseman, pick number 2. Once again, really good matchup. Contribute to all categories. And just to cap things off, as far as how they rank against the center position, they are 11th overall in the league, is Dallas. So once again, I think these two really have big games. Want to be taking advantage, like both of them. Pick number 3. We're going to be headed on over to the next game. And then a Connecticut Sun taking on the Minnesota Lynx. It's a 161.5 over under. 4.5 point spread in favor of the Connecticut Sun. And we do have some injuries in this game. Once again, there's going to be no Jonquel Jones for the Connecticut Sun side. Once again, that is a big deal. She has a lot of usage. There's going to be players that are stepping up and having bigger games. And I'm going to be targeting 2 of them in this one. And I was on them last time. I'm going to continue to be on them. I don't think I put out a video that day, but for the VIP members, we've been talking about them. Pick number 1, we're going to talk about Miss Courtney Williams. Really like the over fantasy score for her. She has a lot of steal upside. She also scores buckets. She also contributes in all categories. She had a down game last time out when I was on her. She only put up 20. She still almost got there. She's averaging 29.4 over the last 5, and with there being no Jonquel Jones, the usage has been way up. And once again, I really like her fantasy score because she gets a lot of steals. Her steal metrics are fantastic, and I can tell you if you look at the game logs, the results will definitely display that. You can see last time out, 6, 6, 6, 0 blocks, 0 steals. So that's kind of where she let us down last time out. But the time before, 16, 3, 3, 1 block, 1 steal. The time before, 8, 4, 4, 3 steals. 10, 3, 5, 1 block, 3 steals. So she consistently gets a lot of steals. She's going to play lots of minutes. And I really like where her fantasy score line is set. And then it's not like she's completely relying on the steals either. She will contribute in all those other ones. 16, 3, and 3, 8, 4, and 4, 10, 3, and 5, 25, 6, and 3, 15, 6, and 4. That's really, really solid stuff across the board for Courtney Williams. And this is a pretty nice paced game with a 161.5 over under. Second fastest paced game on the slate behind this Dallas Wings Chicago Sky side. All these games are decently paced for the most part, 160 plus over unders. But Courtney Williams, like I said, with no Jonquel Jones, really think we can take advantage of the value here. Do like the over 24.5 fantasy score for her. Like I said, she's averaging 29.4. I'd expect her to score 30 plus here, and only 24.5 fantasy score line. So pick number 3, we're going to be rocking with the over for Courtney Williams. And pick number 4, we're going to be going to her teammate. Once again, no Jonquel Jones, Brianna Jones. She is also fantastic in the block and steal categories and all other categories, the PRA. Brianna Jones is someone I really like targeting, especially when her minutes are ramped up, and they're ramping up in a big way with no Jonquel Jones. There's a big difference between Brianna Jones being on the floor for what she typically is at the bench for about 20 minutes and 34 minutes. This is just an absolute lock. 27 and 34 last time out. 34 is right where I'm expecting her. She just does it all, man. She'll get buckets, but she also gets rebounds, assists, and blocks and steals. Has really good block and steal metrics once again. Theme of the video, theme of a lot of my tickets, but once again, I think it's one of the most predictable things. Fantasy score in the Wnba, I really like it. A lot of these players consistently rack up the blocks and steals. They consistently get these points, rebounds, assists. Brianna Jones has a 2.3% steal percentage and a 2% block percentage. That's really, really good. So she will get blocks and steals, as you can see from her game logs. 1 steal, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 1 block, 2 steals, 1 block, 3 steals. And keep in mind, in these games, she's coming out the bench and only playing 20 minutes, so you put her on the floor for mid-30s. Some really, really good things are going to happen. Her ceiling's massive. Her ceiling's way higher than what they've got the line set, and I think she scores 30-plus in this one. So, like the over 25 fantasy score for Brianna Jones. And then lastly, one thing I didn't quite mention is the matchup for these guys. Courtney Williams, they rank 11th overall in the league against her position, and Brianna Jones, they rank 7th overall in the league against her position. So, once again, Minnesota giving up a lot of fantasy points to both the center position for Jones and the off-guard position for Courtney Williams. So I really do like those 2 picks. So that's going to be pick number 4 here, Brianna Jones. And pick number 5, we're going to be rounding things out with the last game in the Phoenix Mercury taking on the Seattle Storm. This game comes with a 6-point spread in favor of the Seattle Storm. It's a 160.5 over under. There will be no Diamond to Shield in this one, which I do think is going to open up some more usage and upside for other players on the Phoenix Mercury. And specifically, another player that's been a favorite of ours, that's going to be Miss Shea Petty. Same thing as all these other players we talked about. She contributes in all categories. She gets lots of steals. Love playing her. She's averaging 30.2 over her last 5. It seems like all these players are in the mid-20s, averaging 30+. Not quite sure why their fantasy scores are so low in their positions. where they're going to get nice bumps in their minutes. Shea Petty, with there being no Diamond to Shield, you look at how many minutes she's been playing as of late, is playing lots of minutes. And you look at how she's contributing, all the advanced metrics that I'm talking about, displaying the game logs once again. She gets lots of steals, lots of minutes, 37, 35 the last 2 times out. You look at what she's doing, 16, 6, 5, 1 steal, 12, 4, 1, 3 steals, 7, 10, 4, 2 steals, 13, 2, 2, 1 block, 4 steals, 10, 6, 3, 4 steals. So she's just an absolute steal machine. And like I said, I always check my advanced metrics hub just to make sure that it's not a fluke. The metrics will kind of, if they have a lot of games in a row, but they consistently haven't been doing it, the metric sheet will kind of expose that. Shea Petty definitely does not fall into that category. I mean, this is definitely not a fluke. Looking at her steal metric, she has a 2.8% steal metric. So the blocks, 0.8% as well, which is not terrible, especially for a guard. So Shea Petty, lots of steals, lots of points, rebounds, and assists in her as well. And she typically plays 26 minutes a game. You can see the minutes have been ramping up in a big way, and with no Diamond to Shields, she should be relied on even more in this one for the Mercury. So pick number 5, we'll be rocking with the over 25.5 fantasy score here for Shea Petty, and that is my 5 picks. Get you winning some money in the WNBA on Prizepicks tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out Prizepicks, check them out today. Use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. And if you haven't checked out the premium content packages, check those out as well. Patreon.com/KJK_DFS. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Prizepicks picks tonight in the WNBA, and we will see you in the next one.